Welcome to tonight's exciting presentation of Bedford Varsity Football, brought to you by Kicking Mules Productions and the Studer Select team of Danbury Realtors. We'll be back in just a moment with tonight's pregame show. You're watching Bedford Varsity Football.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back to tonight's pregame show presented by Kicking Mules Productions and the Studer Select team of Danbury Realtors. Let's head down to the booth for in-depth analysis and insight into tonight's exciting Bedford football matchup.
Well, good evening and welcome to Groganstown Field at Bedford Community Stadium for tonight's Southeastern Conference Red Division game between the Monroe County rivals, the Monroe Trojans, and our very own Bedford Kicking Mules. With Joe Kuchar and Dan Ross, my name is Dustin Gress, and we'd like to thank you for joining us tonight as the Mules and the Trojans renew their rivalry, and Bedford tries to keep that beautiful golden cleat for another year. It's a beautiful golden cleat. No, it really, truthfully, if you've never seen it, might be the ugliest sports trophy I've ever seen in my life. Joe, I don't know if there's a way for you to pop a picture of that up at some point this evening, but the golden cleat might be the ugliest sports trophy I've ever seen. It's literally an old cleat that somebody spray painted gold and glued to a board.
Yeah, it's not a looker. You're not going to make it necessarily the pinnacle of your trophy case, but it is a certain point of pride for these two teams here.
So as the story goes, Bedford and Monroe didn't used to play each other every year when Monroe and Bedford weren't in the same conference. And Bedford and Monroe hadn't played a game that Bedford had won in like 30 years.
Effectively, yeah.
So Bedford won a game, I think it was in 2008 or 2009, and, there was rumor about this trophy, and nobody from Bedford had ever seen it. So Monroe had lost it. They put it in a closet. They didn't know where it was anymore, and supposedly they couldn't find it. Well, the football coach at the time here at Bedford basically insisted that they find it, and they did. And we've had it a majority of the time since then, and we'll hope to keep it another year tonight.
Yeah, as being the two larger teams in Monroe County here, Bedford and Monroe, this is a situation where, they're going to come out here, they're going to duke it out. And when we got the schedule for this year, this was a game that everyone had highlighted, largely because of the point of pride that this evening brings.
Yeah, Bedford comes into tonight's game with a record of 3-1 after a really tough loss on the road up at Saline last week by a final score of 56-14. And Monroe also comes into tonight's game with a record of 3-1. Their loss to Saline as well. They lost by a final score of 48-21. So a little more offensive success, marginally more offensive success, but similar results. So you would think that this would be a competitive game tonight.
Yeah, given that situation, Saline's obviously going to be doing very well this year in the SEC here. So this could very well be kind of a runner-up type contest. So nobody wants to go home with the Browns, if you will. So we'll see if these teams can, one of them can come out on top, finish up their season strong going into the playoffs.
So Bedford with an 11-9 overall record against Monroe. The Mules did beat the Trojans last year at Monroe, and the last time, I believe someone told me that the visitor has actually won this game the last 3 times in a row.
Yeah, that's one of those statistics I never put too much weight into. That's a funny thing about sports stats. I'll see things such as, this team last finished a score of 12 in 1942, and that somehow means something. this is a new evening.
The last home win, just to kind of finish my stat there, the last home win for Bedford in this series was back in 2016. It was a slot fest out there. It just poured rain all night long, and the Mules won 13-10. And one of my favorite plays ever that I can ever remember in Bedford football, over on the far sideline, one of the Shepherd kids just absolutely obliterated a running back from Monroe. And the BCSN commentator, basically his comment was, the Lord is my shepherd, and it was just a funny video. If you guys ever want to go and watch that highlight, it's a really good one. But Bedford looking to get back on the winning track tonight after a tough loss to Monroe last week. Monroe's game last Friday night, do want to fill you in on that, as we are now down to the last two regular season games. Monroe beat Pioneer last week by a final score of 31-0. Pioneer having a really rough season. They lost, I believe, they didn't play here, or I think Pioneer lost to Huron for the first time in like 17 years.
Yeah.
They also lost to Skyline, and the Pioneers are not having a great season this year. And so this game tonight between Bedford and Monroe effectively for second place in the SEC Red, as Saline pretty much got it locked up at this point, because tonight's the last conference game. Next week, Bedford hosts Woodhaven before they head into the playoffs.
Yeah, and this is the first home game as well for Bedford, where we've got kind of a larger audience. They put down blue tapes on some of the seats saying, "Don't sit here." We also have the band back, and they've got quite an interesting setup here. I was actually held up getting into the stadium waiting for them, but they've got basically face masks on the ends of their instruments.
A little chillier tonight than it was the last time we were here, and Dan is probably going to want to fill us in now on the field conditions and the weather forecast for tonight's game.
Yeah, this evening is a little bit cooler compared to, what was it now, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
So time's kind of marching on here as we look at our weather report, if it'll open up for me. Right now it is about 51 degrees out there. Clear skies. Sun is starting to get down here. We are definitely under stadium lights at the very beginning of this matchup. Field's kind of getting a little bit due soon here, so it's going to make it for a little bit slick field.
So the Bedford Kicking Mules marching band taking the field for the first time this year, and thanks to the state of Michigan finally for opening some of this up a little bit and allowing all of the kids that would normally get to participate on Friday nights to be here. It's great to see that they were able to get some students into the game as well. This looks like a fairly decent attendance so far tonight, and they're blocked off on every other row. There are rows they can't sit on, but certainly a much larger crowd than we experienced the first 2 weeks of the season.
Yeah, first 2 weeks of the season, there really wasn't too much home field advantage because there was no crowd. It was actually a really eerie feeling, even for us here in the press box. A lot of the sports you're watching on TV, they're piping in basically fake crowd noise to make it feel normal. But when you're actually here in the game, it's just odd. But, tonight we've got quite the attendance here, and it's going to make for a lively football game.
The band is here, and they're going to be seated in the far end zone here on the west side of the stadium tonight, playing back towards us. So it'll be great to add that to the football atmosphere. Monroe's cheerleaders are here. It looks like they've brought a healthy contingent of fans here at Bedford Community Stadium as well. And when these two get together, it's always one of the largest crowds of the season.
It is. I mean, it's one of the bigger games, and it's also relatively close. It takes, 30 minutes to get up to the stadium in Monroe. So it's really easy. You can make the drive down, get back home. You're not out until, all hours of the night where you would be more if you were going to, say, Pioneer or Saline.
The interesting thing is it does look like Monroe brought charter buses, which is kind of rare. Normally that would definitely be a school bus situation, but in order to get them socially distanced enough, it looks like they went ahead and forked out the dough for the 3 charter buses.
Yeah, that's an interesting situation given all that sports are dealing with right now. Just kind of keep in mind that for a lot of schools, football is their revenue maker.
Yeah.
And it helps pay for a lot of the other sports here. We've got a shortened season. First 2 home games, pretty much no crowd. So revenue is kind of a situation that's a little bit different this year. So when you see somebody streaming for something, you're like, really? And
Bedford kind of lucked out there because they ended up, even with a shortened season, they ended up with 4 home games, which is normal for alternating years.
Yep.
So one year we'll have 5, the next year we'll have 4, typically. So this ended up just being like a regular year where we would have 4 home games, so that turned out really nice for the Mules to be able to do that, even though the attendance is not nearly what it would be. But it's still great to see all these fans out here tonight at Groganstown Field. We do want to thank you for making us a part of your Friday night, and since we got a couple of minutes here before we get started, we want to give you the opportunity here to go and I don't know if the Bedford Farmers Market's still going on, so you can buy yourself some damn good coffee, and I've heard that it's pretty good.
I enjoy it.
So Dan Roth here has started his own coffee roasting business, and Dan, why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
So basically, coffee is something that, it's best enjoyed when it's fresh and it's delicious, getting it from a good source. And that's kind of what we do at Dan Good Coffee. We find coffees that are delicious and very flavorful, fair trade. We roast them up, get it to you fresh, and then you can take it home, grind it, where it can be found on the internet at dangoodco.com. And also, we are at the Bedford Farmers Market this week, being tomorrow, and then also on the 31st, and that runs from 9 a.m., 2 p.m. each day. And Dustin, if somebody wanted to buy a house, who can they call?
Well, if you are looking for a house in Ohio, I can help you. So I am I'm a real estate agent with the Danbury Company. You can find my website, dustincrest.danbury.com, or you can visit me on Facebook. Just search for Dustin Crest Realtor, 419-705-8529. I'd love to help you find a house in Ohio. I'm going to be licensed in Michigan. Give me about 3 weeks. I can help you out there, too. Well, folks, we have reached the end of tonight's pregame show as the Bedford Kicking Mules take the field for tonight's game, and the band gets ready to play the national anthem. We are going to take a break for about 4 minutes. We'll be back with tonight's kickoff in 4 minutes. You're listening to Bedford Varsity Football on the home of the Bedford Kicking Mules.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere, and just growing up the way I grew up, and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
Si los amas como para reaprender ecuaciones, para poder enseñárselas, entonces los amas como para visitar nhtsa.gov/protegidos y comprobar que van correctamente abrochados en el asiento trasero del auto.
When I never graduated from high school, I realized I wanted to go back to school because I didn't want to work these back-breaking jobs the rest of my life. With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed to come back to school. I felt accomplished, made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be
the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Touchdown, Trojans.
Hey! Okay.
If you love me enough to tolerate my perfect little pets and all their glorious dander, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
12 minutes on the first quarter game clock as we get ready to kick off between Bedford and Monroe. Number 18, Roberto Flores Jr. to kick the ball away for the Monroe Trojans. Scoble back at his own 5-yard line to return this kick for Bedford. Short line drive kick in the air. Going to be fielded by Scoble about the 7-yard line. He's a crowd across the 10, out across the 15, out across the 20. Breaks free for a moment and gets out across the 30-yard line. And that's where Bedford will take over 1st and 10 at the 30. So a decent return by Kyle Scoble to get the Mules started here 1st and 10 at their own 30. Brady Henderson is going to start the game tonight at quarterback for the Mules. He is the senior quarterback. Going to lead the Mule offense onto the field for the first time this evening. 11:54 on the first quarter game clock. We are underway here in Temperance. 2 receivers to the top side of the formation, 1 receiver to the near side for Brady Henderson, who reaches under center on 1st down and 10. He'll take the snap. Going to give it off inside to Hullebarger, who gets out across the 30 to maybe the 32. Going to call that a gain of 2 for Logan Hullebarger. Logan Hullebarger with the carry there on 1st down, tackled by a swarm of Monroe Trojans. It'll be 2nd down and 8 from the Bedford 32. 1 receiver goes to the top side of the formation for Brady Henderson on 2nd down. Henderson takes the snap, going to give it off inside to Hullebarger again, and he got nothing on that one, Dan.
Yeah, maybe a yard on that. It looks like they're just going to keep the marker where it is, though. Looks like Monroe's ready for that kind of offense Bedford typically runs. Again, these teams have been facing each other quite a while now. Seniors on Monroe are used to this offense and know what to expect from it, and so far they're doing a good job holding the Mules back.
So 3rd and 8 from the Bedford 32. 10:50 to go, first quarter. Henderson under center. Sends Caden Foster in motion, takes the snap, going to keep it himself on the option. He gets out across the 35. That won't be nearly enough. It'll be 4th and 5 after the gain of 3 by Henderson, and Bedford has to punt.
Yeah, and this is early in the game, so 3 and out. Mules shouldn't be too worried here. Right now they're just prodding this Monroe defense, trying to find the gap, trying to find the weaknesses, really wear them down. So don't get too discouraged if you're a Mules fan. This is just the beginning of this slugfest.
Hullebarger goes back to punt this ball away. High snap, but he gets a hold of it, puts a foot into that. It's going to wobble and roll down at about the 30, but it's going to be returnable. He'll get out across the 40-yard line. So decent field position for Monroe. Sure, and get him the 40-yard line, and after the Trojans take over 1st and 10.
Now it's time for the Monroe Trojans to get out on the field, see what they can do here. As you had said, they're coming off, the Mules are coming off their loss, and the Trojans here, we'll see what they can do.
So Monroe with a 31-0 win over Pioneer last week. Again, Bedford with a 56-14 loss at Saline. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers each way for Monroe on 1st down and 10. They'll bring a running back across the formation and hand it off on the fly sweep there. And a nice run into Bedford territory for number 21, Garrett Lewis, the 5'8 senior running back. And just like that, the Trojans in Bedford territory, and it'll be first down and 10 at the Bedford 47.
Yeah, great execution on the play. Everybody was in their positions, great speed, and just found that gap in that Mule defense.
So first and 10 for Monroe at the Bedford 47-yard line. 9:53 to play, first quarter. Quarterback's got a running back off his left hip. He'll take the snap, going to hand it off again. Same exact play, just run the other way, and almost the same result. Going to get down inside the 40 to about the 39. Garrett Lewis, number 21, again the ball carrier for Monroe. He gained about 9 yards on the play. Going to call this 2nd and 1. Grupp with the tackle for the Mules. It'll be 2nd and a yard from the Bedford 38.
Number 8.
Jacob Blosser, the quarterback, number 8 for Monroe. In the shotgun, takes the snap, going to fake that same action again, and that time Bedford read it and dropped it back behind the 40-yard line. Number 6, the ball carrier, Carson Deserano.
And, you know, when you run the same thing over and over, your defense usually starts picking up on that. It wasn't the exact same play, but it was pretty much in the same family. Had a shotgun formation, man moves. This time they faked the first handoff, went to the second handoff, but the Mules are ready for it.
Joel ran 74, their last tackle for the Mules. It brings up 3rd and 4. They'll take the snap, going to keep it himself this time as Blosser. He's going to be short, I believe, by maybe a yard. It's going to be 4th and 1, I think, here, as they spot this ball at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, great defense by the Mules there. This is an interesting situation, though, for Monroe. 4th and 1 on your opponent's 39. Too far for a field goal, a little too close for the punt, so it looks like they are going for it here on 4th and 1.
So shotgun for Blosser, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 up top. They'll bring that same action again, and I think he's going to have the first down. It's going to be really, really close, but I think he's going to move the chains there. Looks like he got it by about a yard.
Yeah, based on where they're spotting it right now, looks like it, but they haven't moved the chains yet.
They're looking at it. They're going to call that a first down. They're not going to measure it. They're not going to measure that. And the Bedford parents are not happy.
No, neither is the student section there. It's going to be interesting to see how they go tonight and throughout this evening with the social distancing guidelines.
So tempo now for Monroe as they want to keep moving here. Blosser takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws the ball. That's going to be complete down to about the 30-yard line. Rand with the tackle for the Mules at the 30. Going to be a gain of 8 yards there.
The Bedford crowd still hung up on the fact that they didn't even at least measure that first down. I'm still hearing comments down in front of us.
7:24 remaining in the first quarter, no score. Monroe driving in Bedford territory, 2nd and 2 at the Bedford 30. Blosser takes the snap, low snap, going to give it off inside. Nice momentum there by his running back. Should have enough for the first down. Ball carrier number 3, Raymond Anderson. Anderson, the ball carrier for the Trojans. DeStat with the tackle for the Mules. It'll bring up 1st and 10 for Monroe at the Bedford 27. 6:55 to play here in the first quarter, no score. 3 receivers come to the near side for the Trojans on 1st and 10. 1 up top. They'll motion Tristan Penza across the formation. Blosser going to keep it himself, and folks, that is a touchdown from 27 yards out. And Jacob Blosser, the 5'11 quarterback for the Monroe Trojans, takes it to the house for the first score of the game, and Monroe leads 6-0 with the extra point pending.
You know, that entire drive, Monroe was basically doing a shotgun variation of the Veer offense in that they had a very similar movement, and then they just changed up who got the ball each time.
Sorry, that window was in my sight line. I had to move it there. Blosser's going to hold. Snap is back. The kick is up. And it's good. With 6:41 remaining in the first quarter, your score, Monroe 7, Bedford nothing. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Bedford Varsity Football on the home of the Bedford Kicking Mules.
So, I got my start in officiating when a friend told me I should try it. At first, I just did basketball, and I got hooked. Before long, I added baseball, softball, football, and volleyball. I really enjoy giving back to the game, working with kids, and working with my local association to recruit and train new officials. I would like to say to anybody that officiating is a great way to help kids and stay connected to the game. We always need new officials. There's help wanted, just listen.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
And after you went away from us there, Bedford flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct, and now they're going to march this penalty off, and Monroe's going to kick from the 45-yard line? No. From the Bedford 45-yard line. So the Mule's going to have to back up here, I think. And number 31, Nicholas Leto, on to kick the ball for Monroe. Kyle Scoble, number 28, stands back there to return this kickoff, but you would think Leto would be able to flip this one in the end zone.
You would hope at this level, yeah.
Sometimes they'll try, yep, that's exactly what they did. Onside kick, and Monroe going to field that. I think they have it.
Yep.
Monroe's going to pick up the onside kick, and that is always a chance that you take there. The ball did go 10 yards, and Bedford did not field it. And Monroe going to take over the onside kick, and they got all kinds of momentum on the far sideline right now.
Yeah, what happened there is Monroe did the onside kick, going to the kicker's left side there, and then they basically boxed out.
Oh, now there's a officials conference, and they're giving the ball to Monroe.
Yeah, they basically boxed out any Mules from getting to that, and they just backed up until it went 10 yards, and then they picked it up.
Yeah. So a smart play there and a good risk there taken by the coaching staff from Monroe. Calculated risk when you get to kick off from from plus territory. So now Monroe's going to take over 1st and 10 at the Bedford 34 with the opportunity to put their foot on the throat of the Bedford Mules here in the first quarter. Blosser takes the snap, drops the pass, long home run ball in the air. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. Monroe now up 13-0 with the extra point pending after the 34-yard touchdown. There is a flag on this play, and it's a coming back. Monroe called for the penalty, and the Trojans are not going to be happy with that Trojan horse. And, well, that was a beautiful touchdown pass from Blosser, and all for naught. So take that one off the board and back them up a few yards. Must have been holding on the play. So that'll back them up a little bit. And
I don't know. It looks like they're going back 15. No, if there was a hold in the backfield where they're marking it now, it would make sense. I didn't see exactly the call there, but it looks like they are marking it at the Bedford 48.
So huge mistake there for Monroe because they had an easy touchdown on that play, and it is now going to be 1st and 24 from the 48 of Bedford with 6:31 to go here in the first quarter. Monroe leads 7-0, and they were up 13-0 for a moment there, but thankfully somebody goofed up.
Yeah, the penalties right now have killed both teams, and it's interesting how that plays out.
Blosser takes the snap, makes the handoff, the short pass on the far sidelines at number 3. Raymond Anderson, Billingsley, number 5, Davian Billingsley, the receiver there. He got some of that yardage back. He'll be dropped at the 41, called a gain of, 7, maybe 8 yards? And it'll be 2nd down and 15, called a gain of 9. We'll call that a gain of 8 at the 41.
That's the other side of the penalty. Not only did they lose the touchdown, they have a country mile to go to get to the first down.
But the way they were gouging the Mule off defense on that first series,
it's possible.
So Blosser fakes the handoff, throws the ball, and that is complete. There's a flag on this play, and this may be coming back too. I think this one might be a little bit of a push-off or a pick play. The flag came down here at about the 35 of Bedford, but I think this one's coming back as well.
Very likely here. Had a receiver wide open, absolutely nobody on him. I was wondering where the play broke down. It might have been a penalty there while I was busy watching the quarterback. Yeah.
Offensive pass interference, and that would explain why there was absolutely no one in the vicinity. And that'll hurt them again here. And Monroe's had two huge penalties that would have taken 2 touchdowns off the board for them, essentially. And now it's going to be second down and long after they back this up now. And I think they're back across their own side of the 50 with this one.
Yep.
And this is going to be second down in the drive to Georgia.
Pretty much. And this is the thing, though. You know, you say that this basically took 2 touchdowns off the board here, but if it wasn't for those penalties, they wouldn't have been in the situation they were, where they were catching it in the end zone or where they had that wide open receiver here. So, yeah, now it's second and 29. That's a great position.
Second and Perrysburg for the Trojans here. Second and 29 from the 46 of Monroe. 6:03 to play here in the first quarter. Monroe leads 7-0. Blosser takes the snap, rolls near side, going to be met and dropped as he goes back across the 50-yard line.
And just a reminder that this drive started on Bedford's 39 or 29-yard line.
So Connor Becker comes away with the tackle for Bedford, and it is third down and long here from the 49-yard line of Bedford. Third down and 24. You got to gain 5 yards on that last play. 5:26 to play here. First quarter, Monroe 7, Bedford nothing. Can the Mule defense hold here on third and long? Blosser with a running back off each hip, going to bring a man in motion. Low snap, pass he rolls away from pressure and just chucks it out of bounds. And that's going to be fourth down, and the defense stands for Bedford. Monroe didn't help themselves out there, but Bedford will take it.
Yeah, again, that started on Bedford's 29, that drive, and it ended up on Monroe's 49-yard line. So penalties really were just abysmal on that drive there. Teams at this point of the season really should have that sort of thing squared away. Evidently not, though, for Monroe.
So Joel Rand just absolutely lowered the boom on Blosser on that play. Great pressure. Blosser had to get rid of it or he was going to eat his lunch in the backfield. As this looks like a Luke Carver back for Bedford. As Monroe looks like they're going to fake this. They're going to fake it, and he's not even close, I don't think. I think Bedford's going to take this. Blosser kept it, but he's going to be short. And
this is interesting.
Wow, he didn't miss it by much, guys.
Yeah, it looks like he was short by about 3 yards on that, and he had a long Sunday drive.
Well, he stood back there for 5 seconds before he decided to take off with it. And Bedford just had their backs turned, and he almost got away with one.
Yeah, there was no pressure on the punter, and I think that's what he was waiting for, seeing if any pressure was going to come. Well, it looked like everybody was had their back to him and going to return the punt. He just took off.
First and 10 for Bedford at their own 27. 5 minutes left here in the first quarter as Henderson brings the Mule offense to the line. Caden Foster goes in motion. They'll pitch to Foster around the end there. And Foster's up to the races. Oh, one man to beat. Or Foster had reservations for 6. As it stands, he does have a first down out across the 40-yard line. Call it gain of 13 yards. There's a flag on this play.
Oh, jeez.
And this is coming, I think this is going to be holding against the Mules. Billingsley with the tackle for Monroe. And, that's going to be a crackback block against Bedford. It's a 15-yard penalty. It's going to be first down, but it's going to be first and just, we're going to call it first and Perrysburg.
Something like that. Wow. All these penalties that are happening here, I'm kind of awestruck.
First and a drive to Ann Arbor for the Bedford Kicking Mules here. Ball to be spotted at the 14-yard line. 4:52 remaining in the first quarter. Monroe leads 7-0 as the Mules had a big gainer taken off the board. Henderson goes under center, sends a man in motion, takes the snap, gives it off inside. Nice looking run here by your fullback. And Hullebarger with a big run out across the 35-yard line. Logan Hullebarger with the 21-yard run there, and that's a way to get yourself back in front of the sticks.
Yeah, Hullebarger is not somebody that is easy to bring down, and he probably had about 4 or 5 different guys trying to bring him to the turf. No such luck. Got a big pickup.
2nd down and 2 for the Mules. Ball at the 35-yard line, 4:08 to go here in quarter number 1. Bedford trails 7-0. 2 receivers to the near side for Brady Henderson on 2nd down. Going to pitch it around the end. Same play that they got the big gainer on with the Caden Foster there, and I think that was Caden again, and they'll have the 1st down, and the Mules move the chain.
Yeah, if it's not broke, don't fix it there. And didn't have the penalty this time. Nice big pickup. 1st down for the Mules.
3:45 to play here in the first quarter. Monroe 7, Bedford nothing. I wish it was the other way around, and so do all of you, most likely, as the Mules come to the line of scrimmage on 1st and 10 from their own 43. Henderson goes under center for the Mules, takes the snap, gives it off inside to Hullebarger. Another big run on 1st down, and he just can't be brought down on first contact, and he'll have a 1st down at the Monroe 46-yard line and move the chain.
Yeah, do not underestimate a back that can just keep churning the legs. He's not going to give up. He just isn't until you make him, and that's what Monroe's missing here. Can't just get a couple hands on him. I hope he just gives up. He will not quit.
So 1st and 10 for Bedford at the Monroe 46. 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Bedford moving from right to left towards the west end zone. Henderson goes under center on 1st down and 10. And it's then Caden Foster in motion, takes the snap. Going to give it off. Nope, keeps it himself, I think, on the option there. And he's going to get it across the 45 to maybe the 43. Going to call the game a 3, make it 2nd down and 7 for the Mules. Number 9, Powell, the tackler there for Monroe. 2nd and 7 for the Mules at the Monroe 43. 2:20 to go here in the first quarter. Henderson's got 2 receivers to the near side. He's going to send Caden Foster in motion, takes the snap, going to turn, and was met in the backfield. Going to be dropped back at the 45. Called out a loss of 2. And 3rd and 9.
Yeah, that looks like it was just a busted play. Had a case turn to look for somebody, nobody home, and just kind of panicked. Didn't know what to do with the ball. Hesitated, and that hesitation meant death in that situation.
So 3rd and 9 for the Mules at the Monroe 45. 1:45 to play here in the first quarter. Monroe 7, Bedford nothing. Is this 2-down territory for the Mules? Henderson goes under center on 3rd and long. Foster goes in motion again, takes the tap, gives it off inside to Hullebarger. Not much going there. He gets back across the 45. He maybe gained a yard or 2. It's going to be 4th down. Offense looks like they're staying out there.
Yeah, Henderson getting something from the sideline here from Phillips. Also have Brendan Hammer there coming in for this play. So we'll see what the Mules dial up.
Hammer checks in, checking out for Bedford, number 38, Thomas DeStat. 4th and 7 as Bedford lines up to go for it from the Monroe 43 with 54 seconds remaining here in quarter number 1. 7-0 Trojans. And Henderson drops the pass, incomplete, and no flags come out there, and so it'll be turnover on downs. Monroe takes over, and certainly an interesting play there. Nobody was open. I'm not really sure where he was throwing the ball.
Yeah, Bedford is not a passing team. You like to have that in your repertoire in case you need it and just also to mix things up, but they're not very well rehearsed in it, and it just showed on that play.
So 4th down, turns the ball over back to Monroe, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans at their own 43-yard line with 44 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Blosser, the quarterback, 3 receivers to the near side, 1 up top, and a running back off his left hip. He'll bring Tristan Panza in motion. He'll take the snap, going to fake the give to Panza, and he's going to be dropped after about a gain of a yard or so.
Maybe half a yard of that one. Great job there by the Mules defense. Just stayed in pursuit, brought him down after a yard pickup there, 2nd and 9.
Trey Brueggemann with the tackle for Bedford. They're going to give him a generous spot there.
Very generous spot.
And they're going to call this a gain of 2 or 3. The ball spotted at the 46-yard line. That's a really generous spot. 2nd down and 7.
In the days of COVID, charities and all the rage.
1 receiver to the near side, 3 to the top side of the formation for Blosser, who's got a running back off his right hip here on 2nd down. And I think Bedford got drawn off sides there. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the end of the first quarter. Folks, we played 12 minutes in Temperance. The end of the first quarter, your score, Bedford trails it 7-0. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Bedford Varsity Football on the home of the Kicking Mules.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
Welcome back to Groganstown Field at Bedford Community Stadium. I want to apologize in advance, I guess, or not, but these jersey numbers on both sides, extremely hard to read tonight, and we're doing the best we can without a spotter here, so we're going to keep fighting through it as Blosser brings the Monroe Trojan offense to the line. 3 receivers up top, 1 to the near side, as he says, Garrett Lewis in motion. They're going to take it, the handoff, give it inside to Raymond Anderson, who was brought down at the 49. They're going to give him the 50. Well, just shy of the 50-yard line. So we 3rd down and 4. Drew Grupp with the tackle for the Mules. 3rd down and 4 from midfield. 11:37 to play in the first half. Bedford trails 7-0. 2 receivers to the near side. A tight end over to the right side and 1 up top as they bring Lewis in motion. They take the snap. They're going to give it off to Blosser, who's going to have the first down into Bedford territory and down at the 43-yard line. Called a gain of 7. Move the chains for a Monroe Trojan first down.
I'll say, it's nice having the crowd back. I forgot all the shouting that takes place and, just the general joyous nature of it all. It's kind of fun again.
A little more normal tonight for sure. 1st and 10 for Monroe at the Bedford 43 as we roll under 11 minutes here in the first half. Blosser's got 2 receivers each way and a running back off his left hip. They'll bring number 17 Panza in motion before they hand it off inside to big number 6. He got swallowed. Desperado, the ball carrier there, I believe, number 6, Trey Brueggemann, leading the charge there for the Mules, and it'll be 2nd down and long after the 4-yard loss.
Yeah, the story of Jonah and the whale. I mean, that just reminded me of it. He just got swallowed up, and just imagine that. Imagine he had a saying look on his face.
Yeah, Carson Desperado was a deer in the headlights there for a moment. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 up top for Blosser on 2nd and 14. He looks to the sideline for instructions from his coaching staff. Going to bring a man in motion. That is Desperado. Now Blosser keeps it himself, and he got lit up as he crossed the 48-yard line maybe here.
Yep, got back a little bit past the original line of scrimmage here and bringing up 3rd down.
And Brendan Hammer laid the hammer there. It's going to be 3rd and 9 from the 42. 9:38 to play here in the first half. Bedford trails 7-0 to the team from a little farther up to 24 here, as Bedford looks to keep that cleat in temperance for another year. 3rd and 9 from the 42. 9:22 to play first half. Blosser with 3 receivers to the near side, 1 up top. Pressure comes. He's going to get the ball in the air. He's going to overshoot everybody, and it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, that pass intended for Tristan Ponza and just overthrew him by about 5 yards. But under pressure there, it's a tough thing to make.
Brendan Hammer with the coverage for the Mules, and he overthrew everybody by probably 5 to 7 yards, as you said. It's 4th and 9 now. Interesting to note here that Penza almost got a first down with his legs the last time he went back to punt. So let's see if Bedford stays home and watches for the fake here a little more closely. Pressure going to come. He's going to run it again, and this time he will put a foot into it. This is going to be fielded and then muffed by Carver. He's going to be brought down after he picks the ball back up at about the 5-yard line, but Bedford's got a long field in front of him.
This is a situation. I watched that. I'm like, just let it go in the end zone. Just let it go. No.
Or just get away from it.
Yeah.
Because either way, you're down inside the 5.
Yeah, get away from it. Let it go in the end zone. Worst case scenario, you're in the same spot you are now. But instead, he did risk turning it over in a really bad place to give up the ball.
So 1st down and 10 for Bedford at their own 5-yard line. 9:02 to play here in the first half. Henderson leads the Mule offense to the line on 1st down. 2 receivers to the top of the formation. They'll bring him in motion. That's Foster. He'll take the snap. Not much going on there. I don't know if he actually even got to hand the ball off. He didn't. He kept it himself. No gain on the play, so maybe even lost a yard. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Mules.
Yeah, it looks like there might have been a little miscommunication on what the play was, and that caused a little disruption there. And again, you hesitate in an offense like the Mules run, it can be disastrous.
So 2nd and 10 from the 5. 8:33 to go here in the first half. Henderson goes under center for Bedford on 2nd down. They'll send a man in motion, takes the snap, going to give it off inside. Nice run there. Gets him out to maybe the 10. That was by Hullivar.
The 10, look, they get the 9. That's where we're going to spot this one.
So 3rd down and 6. Logan Hullivar, the ball carrier there for the Mules. So it's 3rd down and 6 again. 8:05 to play here in quarter number 2. The Mules trail 7-0.
Drew Grupp checking in for the Mules, coming in as a receiver.
Still not used to the center spotting the ball. 3 receivers, 2 to the top, 1 to the near side for Henderson on 3rd down, and he hands it off inside, and there was nothing doing there. That play had no shot. And it is now 4th down, and the Mules are going to have to punt that again. And now, I hate to say this, but you got to question the play call a little bit there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on there. Maybe something went broke or something. I don't know. But definitely a situation where the Mules did not draw up the right thing, or they just didn't execute it properly. You need to be on the same page on all things and have a strategy, be practice, and the Mules just weren't there.
And that's going to be a safety. The ball goes over the head of Logan Hullivar, and it's now 9-0 as the ball goes out of the back of the end zone. We'll kick it back to Monroe in 1 minute. You're listening to Bedford Varsity Football on the home of the Kicking Mules.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Sometimes we can do things that exclude others.
You're still talking to your friend? It's complicated.
I think he went back in. We gotta go get him.
Welcome to Jumanji!
Even the smallest words and actions can have a big effect on someone. You have the skills. Because of you, someone's entire day, their year, or their life can change.
Remember, the future is in your hands.
Visit becausefyou.org to learn more.
Totally, let's do it.
Well, not much has gone Bedford's way so far tonight. Let's see if they can change it now. As Deegan Garcia comes on to kick the ball away to Monroe after the safety. And they're going to have great field position as they do a little trickery there and gets away from one tackler, still breaking tackles for Monroe. This is coming back. Oh, yeah. He gets out across the 40. Raymond Anderson with the return there. And he was taken down by number 8, Connor Lasky. But dude, you saw just a laundry basket come out on the field.
And I saw the block that caused that, and yeah, that coming way back.
Yeah, that's coming back.
And that thing is, it wasn't even a necessary block. It was completely behind the play, uncalled for, a situation where you just cost your team great field position.
Well, and both teams have done a really good job shooting themselves in the foot so far here in the first half tonight. Unluckily for Bedford, we've shot ourselves. We've been a little more guilty on the Barney Fife than the Trojans have been so far this evening.
I was going Plexico Burris on that, but okay.
Well, you know. So 1st and 10 for Monroe. This puts the ball all the way back to the 20-yard line. Bedford will take it. And seriously here, Bedford could use a momentum shifter because right now it is not going our way. 9-0 Monroe, 6:58 remaining in the first half. Trojans with the football, 1st and 10 at their own 20, as Blosser keeps it and runs out across the 25 to maybe the 28, maybe even the 29-yard line. Call that a gain of 8 or 9 there on first down. And that's first down's really been hurting Bedford as Grupp and Johnson come in to join forces on that tackle for the Mules, but when it's 2nd and a yard.
It's just been a weird game, Dustin. It's just been a weird game.
So 2nd down and 1 for Monroe at their own 29-yard line. 6:21 to play before half. Trojans with the football, moving right to left towards the west end zone. Blosser fakes the handoff, drops the pass. Pass in the air, incomplete, and nice coverage there by number 5. Excuse me, 5 was their intended receiver there. And that was Kyle Scoble on the coverage, and Kyle did a nice job of breaking that up.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty coverage, but it was effective coverage. Got the job done, 3rd and 1 for the Trojans.
I like that play call, though. Take your shot on 2nd and 1. You got
why not?
The 1 yard here to pick up, and let's see if Bedford's defense can stand up to this. Going to keep it himself. Easily going to have the first down across the 30, I think. Going to gain a yard or two, move the chains for a Monroe Trojan first down. Joel Rand with the tackle again for Bedford, but not before Jacob Blosser picks up a first down.
Only needed a yard, got 2, and job done.
5:55 to play here in quarter number 2. Monroe 9. Bedford nothing. 2 receivers to the near side of the formation, 1 up top, and a running back off the right hip of Jacob Blosser on 1st down and 10. Blosser takes the snap. Quick pass in the air, completed to Billingsley, I believe, and he is met and going to be dropped at about the 39. Let's see where they spot this. And he did a nice job of turning back up north and maybe get another yard or 2 out of that. It's going to be 2nd down and a couple here after the gain of 7 or 8 yards, again on 1st down for Monroe. 2nd and 2 as Monroe quickly gets back to the line of scrimmage. 5:12 to play first half. 9-0 Trojans. They'll take the snap, going to give it off inside. Nothing going on there. Bedford does a nice job of dropping that at the 40-yard line. No gain on the play. Joel Rand gets the tackle again for the Mules. He actually might have lost half a yard there, Dan. It's going to be 30 yards.
Yeah, defense stepping up there, but, there's 4 downs to go here. This is a 3rd down now, so the Mules still need to hold strong here. It's not a long distance for Trojans to get that first down.
So Blosser, Bedford shows pressure. Blosser going to run it around the end there, and I don't know.
It's close. Oh, they're giving him forward progress.
Yeah, he got absolutely blitzed as he crossed the 40-yard line, but they do give him progress across the 40 to maybe the 43, And it'll be first down and 10 for Monroe. Actually, they're going to stop this. That's the 43.
Yep.
4:20 to play first half, 9-0 Monroe. Two receivers to the top side of the formation for Jacob Blother. Two backs with him in the backfield. They'll bring a man across the formation. Blother going to keep it himself again, and there's a flag on this play. And Blother kept it himself, but that flag came out in the area of a holding penalty. Let's check this flag. Gabe Johnson with the tackle for the Mules. He gained probably 5 yards on that play, but I think this is coming back.
And we do have an injured Monroe Trojan on the field right now. I can't quite tell who it is from here, but hopefully he's okay.
Blocking the back, the call against the Trojans. So that'll be 10 yards from the spot. They'll get first down back. The injured Monroe Trojan there on that play, number 63, Jacob Wentz, coming off under his own power. And that's always good to see. We don't really get hurt out there. So first down, and this should be first and 20, I think, now for Monroe. You're going to back this all the way up to the 32-yard line. It's going to be first down and 20 at the 32. 4 minutes exactly on the clock here in quarter number 2. Bedford trails 9-0. Three receivers to the near side of the formation, one up top for Jacob Blosser on first down and 21. Takes the snap. Going to take the handoff. Short pass going to be completed to number 21 for Monroe. And he's been out there a lot tonight, but I think Brady Henderson got the tackle for the Mules. Nice open field tackle. And it's going to be second down and long here. After he gained, a yard, maybe 2?
Mm-hmm.
Second down, we'll call this 19 maybe from the 33. 25 to play in the first half. Bedford trails 9-0. Now Monroe does get the ball first in quarter number 3. Blosser takes the snap, drops the pass. Oh, he absolutely took a shot after he threw that football. Bruggeman dropped on pressure, and pass is incomplete. Over the head of the intended receiver on the far sideline. It'll be third and 19.
Yeah, that was getting real close to being roughing the passer there. I wouldn't have been surprised if the ref had thrown the flag, but
I think he pulled up a little bit right there at the end. So I think
that's what I think it was.
That helped him. Bruggeman did pull up, but man, if Blosser held on to that ball for one more second, he would have been lit up like a Christmas tree.
Mm-hmm.
So third down and 19 for Monroe at their own 33-yard line. 3:11 to play here in the first half. Bedford trails 9-0. The Mule defense being lauded to life here by the near sideline. Low snap, gets back to Blosser. Blosser going to get away from pressure, and he is still running away. Gets the ball incomplete. There's a flag now on this play. I think that might be an illegal forward pass. I think that's an ineligible receiver downfield. I don't even know who he was throwing that to, and in fact, that could be.
I feel like it was an illegal forward pass. We'll see what they call though.
Well, the other thing is if you're throwing it to an illegal receiver, let's check to see what this works out to be, because there's another zebra conference at the 40-yard line. I mean, just absolutely. That was beautiful pressure by the Bedford defensive line on that play. And this should be an illegal forward pass. They're going to decline the penalty. It was incomplete anyway, and now it's 4th and 19, and the Mules seem to get their best field position maybe tonight. Let's see if they can do something with it with 3 minutes left here in quarter number 2, as going back to receive this punt for Bedford, number 8, Connor Lasky, goes back, and I guess after that last one, Coach thought he might try somebody else back there.
Yeah, even if it wasn't related to that, it's a good opportunity to rotate somebody new in. You've got good field position, most likely. So, get some more numbers out there.
It'd be nice if they could snap this one over his head. As Tristan Panza comes on the punt. He faked one earlier, and that one's in the air. Not going to be a long punt. Connor Lasky going to field this with an opportunity to return it He gets a few yards there, and he'll be dropped at the 45-yard line of Bedford, and that's where the Mules take over 1st and 10 with 2:50 to play here in the first half. And, Dan, this is an important series for Bedford offensively. Haven't been able to get much going on the offensive side of the ball tonight, and down 9-0, Monroe gets the ball first in the third quarter. It would be nice to see the Mules come away with some points here.
Yeah, this is a situation where you want to go into a locker room with something to show for it, something to hang your hat on besides a few defensive stops here. We'll see what the Mules draw up. They've got 2:50 on the clock here, starting this drive on their own 45.
All 3 timeouts remaining for both teams. 1st and 10 for the Mules at their own 45. Henderson goes under center for Bedford on 1st down and 10. He'll take the snap. Going to roll to the near side. Henderson keeps it himself. Going to dive forward for a gain of about a yard. And he brought down after the pickup of 1 there by Carson Deserano. And it is 2nd down and 9 from the 46. 2:31 to play here in the first half. And Bedford methodical coming back out of the huddle here. They don't look like they're in any hurry just yet. 2:22 to play as the Mules come to the line. 2 receivers to the top side, 1 to the near side of the formation on 2nd down and 9. Henderson takes the snap, going to throw the ball out there on the little pass to Caden Foster. Foster going to be shoved out of bounds at about midfield. We're going to call that a gain of 4 or 5 as Bedford gets into Monroe territory. Good spot, actually. Bedford's going to get this down to about the 47 of Monroe. 2:07 to play, and it's going to be 3rd and 3. 9-0 Monroe. Bedford with the football, 3rd and 3 as they move from left to right towards the east end zone here at Bedford Community Stadium. 1 receiver now, 2 caught to the near side, 1 up top for Henderson. They'll send a man in motion, takes the snap, gives it off inside to the fullback, and nothing going on there. I think Monroe knew that was coming, and Bedford's now going to call timeout, I think, here with 2:01 to play. 4th down and 3, no gain on the play for Logan Hullebarger, and it'll be 4th down as Bedford takes the timeout. They want to talk about this. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, they're not seeing any personnel changes right now. It is a situation. You've got 2:01 on the clock. Your defense really has been doing pretty good. I mean, if we're completely honest here. Aided by a few Monroe penalties, but by and large, the defense is holding. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Phillips just say, yeah, let's go for it.
Well, so 2:01 to play here in the first half. Bedford trails 9-0. And Monroe gets the ball first in the third quarter. Now, what you don't want to do is let them score now and get a buy one, get one free deal in the third quarter, because that would pretty much take you out of it. Bedford really needs to pick up this first down. 2:01 to play here in quarter number 2. Bedford trails 9-0. Hammer, the receiver to the near side of the formation, 1 up top. In the standard flex zone veer now for Brady Henderson on 4th down. They send a man in motion. They take the snap. He's going to take the pitch, going to incomplete. Hullebarger had the first down. He couldn't catch it. And, folks, we're going to turn it over on downs as Logan Hullebarger could not haul that in. Good play call. Just couldn't come away with the execution, man. It'll be 1st down and 10 for Monroe with 1:57 to go, and they're in good position here.
Yeah, it is 1:57 on the clock there, so Monroe can't have a very methodical drive, but, you know, that's still plenty to work with. All 3 timeouts left. This could be quite the drive and could be a very pinnacle drive for this game.
So Blosser, the quarterback, 2 receivers up top, 1 to the near side, 2 backs with him in the backfield here on 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. Now he'll send a receiver, and now 2 receivers over to the near side as they change things up. Blosser with a running back off his right hip, going to take the snap, going to hand it off. So number 14 on that fly, on that jet sweep action again, and he's going to be into Bedford territory and dropped at about the 45-yard line. Ball carrier there for the Trojans, number 14, Ashton Elmer, and it'll be 2nd down and 3. At the 45-yard line of Bedford, 1:31 to play here in quarter number 2. As Blosser quickly moves his team to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers up top. They'll bring a man in motion. They'll take the snap, going to hand it off to number 5 there. And I think he's short of the first down, maybe by about a yard, but I think now Coach Notario is going to call timeout, and it's going to be 3rd and 1. Ball carrier there for Monroe, Davian Billingsley, and I didn't see who got the tackle for Bedford. Maybe Zach Soleric was the tackler for the Mules. We'll give him credit for that one. 3rd down and a yard for Monroe after they come out of this timeout. This is a big 3rd down.
It is. I was hesitating there because the ball marker hadn't moved for quite a while, and I thought they were marking it being short by 1 yard. The ball marker was about 3 yards behind the first down line, so I was a bit confused there. But it is 3rd and 1 here, and 1:16 on the clock here for this first half. Monroe up 9-0. This is going to be a key play here. And the question is, though, is it 4-down territory or 4-down?
Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm absolutely positive it is on 3rd and a yard. The only way that would change would be if you had some kind of penalty that backed you up a little bit. But, I mean, where they are at on the field with they're already up 2 scores, you got to think that they're definitely trying to put their foot on Bedford's throat here before halftime. 3rd and a yard for Monroe at the Bedford 43. 1:16 to play here in quarter number 2. 9-0 Monroe, your score. Blosser with 2 receivers to the near side, going to take the snap, going to keep it himself, and oh man, he initially was met and dropped, but second effort's going to get him the first down at the 41. He needed 1, he got 2, moved the chains, and Bedford had that stopped, but he just got away from the tackler and picked up the yardage he needed.
Yeah, you really can't quit on any player. Bring them down to the ground. You can't just think you've got them and then give up. You give them an out and ends up getting the first down.
Blosser takes the snap, drops the pass. Home run ball in the air. Pass is incomplete. Going to be intended for number 14, Ashton Elmer. Run out of bounds. He wasn't going to come down with that, even if Megatron may not have been able to catch that one.
Ain't nobody catching that one there. Well, probably about 2 yards outside of the field of play. But hey, first down. Give it a go. Now it's 2nd down. Not a bad play call.
It also stops the clock. It gives you the opportunity to kind of regroup here with the clock stopped. 48 seconds to go before halftime. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 up top for Jacob Blosser, who's got a running back off his left hip on 2nd down and 10 from the Bedford 41. Blosser takes the snap, going to hand it off. This has been effective all night long. Nice carry there for number 6 for Monroe, Carson Deserano. He's going to be short of the first down by a little bit, but he's pushed out of bounds, and there's 41 seconds on the clock as Drew Grupp ushers Deserano out of bounds, but not before he picked up 7 or 8 yards here. Nope. Oh, that's actually out of bounds farther back than I thought it was going to be.
Right, same.
So we're going to call this 2nd down, and wow, look where they're spotting this football.
Well, the ball marker is in one place, whereas the official is in another.
Yeah.
This is the same thing that tripped me up last time.
Oh, did he step out of bounds? Well, now they're going to move the down marker up. It's 3rd down and 3. We'll call this 3rd and 3 from the 34-yard line. 41 seconds to play before halftime. Bedford trails 9-0. Bedford cannot really afford to give up anything else here before the half unless it's maybe a field goal. Deserano off the left hip now of Blosser on 3rd down and 3. Blosser takes the snap, drops the pass. Ball in the air. Pass is caught. And that's a nice catch along that sideline there by number 6, Carson Deserano. And it is 1st down for Monroe. 1st and goal. They're going to mark him down at the 10-yard line. 35 seconds to play in the first half, and Monroe with the opportunity to take a large lead into the locker room.
Yeah, and this is where the Mules defense needs to come up, give them something to hang their hat on here before going to the locker room. If they let Monroe score here, it's not going to be a pleasant halftime, I don't imagine.
Well, I don't imagine it's going to be super pleasant anyway. They're going to take the snap, going to give it off inside to Deserano, and he is met and going to be dropped. Drew Grupp is the man that gets the tackle And I believe that they have taken time out on the far sideline. They have 26 seconds to go here in the first half. Bedford trails 9-0. Monroe's going to have the ball second and goal out of this timeout. And Dan, a cup of coffee sounds pretty good right now, doesn't it? Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Evenings are getting cold on days like this, and it's nice to be able to sit outside and have a nice cup of coffee. And if you're looking for a coffee to brew at home, there is Dan Good Coffee. We are on the internet at dangoodco.com. Freshly roasted, single origin coffees from all over the globe.
And you said we. Are you talking about you and the little frog in your pocket? Or?
It's the editorial we. I actually I have business partners, okay. And I have a coffee tasting committee.
Okay, well, then there's more than just you.
Yes.
All right. So second down and goal from the 9-yard line. 26 seconds stand between the Trojans, the Mules, and the halftime here. And it's second down and goal for Jacob Blosser with Desperado off his left hip. He's going to have one receiver each way here as they'll bring a man across the formation. Blosser going to keep it himself, and he's into the house for the Monroe touchdown with 20 seconds to go. It is now 15-0 Monroe with the extra point pending. And they may go for two here.
Only because they can't go for three.
Thank you, Woody Hayes. Well,
and now it does look like they are lining up for the field goal.
So they're going to attempt this extra point here. Number 18 comes on to kick this ball for Monroe, Norberto Flores Jr. And he has a bad snap, and Blosser is not going to be able to do anything with that. In fact, he's sacked back at the 20-yard line, and it'll be no good. So with 20 seconds left here in the first half, it's 15-0. And Brendan Hammer laid the hammer on that one. And, folks, the extra point is no good. And Bedford's going to get the ball back with 20 seconds to go here in the first half. We'll keep it here.
Yeah, we'll keep it here in this situation here as Bedford gets ready to get the ball for 20 seconds. And assuming they can't get it in the end zone, Monroe will be receiving the kickoff at the beginning of the second half here. So this is kind of the buy one, get one free scenario.
Yeah, absolutely. It was kind of the scenario I didn't want to see happen because Bedford's offense not really built to come from way behind.
I mean, it can be done. Their offense is designed to wear out the defense, but if they're not staying out on the field for a long time, they can't do that, and so far they haven't.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting to see what kind of adjustments are made here for Bedford at halftime, but it's been all Monroe here in the first half. Both teams with a lot of mistakes, a lot of flags coming out here in the first half, and really, really interesting to see what kind of adjustments are made on both sides of the ball for Bedford at halftime. That's going to be fielded, and Scoble just got plowed south of the 20-yard line. He's going to drop it about the 18, and that's where Bedford will take over first down and 10 with 13 seconds left. The clock actually started sooner because Hollenberger touched the ball, and Scoble had to go and pick it up, and off the carom there, he wasn't able to do a whole lot with this. I expect this to be a situation where Bedford takes a knee. They don't want to risk a turnover here, so you just want to lick your wounds at halftime and try to regroup and get yourselves back in this. And they're not lining up in a victory formation, so that's not what they're doing here. Henderson going to keep it himself as he looks to get around the end there, and he's met and dropped in the field of play. Folks, we've played 24 minutes in temperance at the end of the first half. Your score, Monroe 15, Bedford nothing. We'll be back in 4 minutes with tonight's halftime show. You're listening to Bedford Varsity Football on the home of the Kicking Mules.
It's halftime. You know what that means. It's time to head over to our website, kickingmule.live, to check out our upcoming broadcast schedule. And when you're not out trying to score a touchdown, let Dustin Kress of the Stir Select team at Danbury Realtors help you score the home of your dreams. He's proud to be part of your home team. Give him a call at 419-705-8529. That's 419-705-8529. Or visit WeSellThe419.com. We'll be back with our halftime show after these messages. You're watching Bedford Varsity Football presented by Kicking Mule Productions and the Studer Select team at Danbury Realtors.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Si los amas como para reaprender ecuaciones, para poder enseñárselas, entonces los amas como para visitar nhtsa.gov/protegidos y comprobar que van correctamente abrochados en el asiento trasero del auto.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you'll go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that? I'm playing with these new face filters. Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. I'm gonna need that back. No. Kevin!
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Oh, sweetie. Okay, you know what? Let's take off his sweatshirt. Get rid of pictures of him. You don't have to look at him. Goodbye, Dave.
Mom, you don't understand. He's tagged in like 400 of my posts.
I can cut out tags.
No, that's not how it works.
What is a tag?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care would love to share their first with you.
Oh, you gotta tell me about the innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
What to expect when you're expecting.
Like here.
A teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to team-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys. Preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
I'm ready for them. Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome to the Bedford Varsity Football Halftime Show presented by Kicking Mule Productions and the Studer Select team at Danbury Realtors. Let's head out to the press box for a recap of the first half and a preview of what's to come.
Welcome back to Groganstown Field at Bedford Community Stadium, where we've played a half of football and folks, unfortunately, for the home team, it has not necessarily been the prettiest game we've ever seen here at the friendly confines. But Bedford's still in this 15-0, but really interesting to see what adjustments are made at halftime. Dan, Bedford's offense has to stay on the field. They cannot continue to leave the defense on the field for long periods of time, or they're just going to get gashed as we get closer to the end of this game, because this defense will be gassed eventually.
Yeah, this is a situation where the Mules offense really hasn't had any highlights. Yeah, a couple nice drives. Well, I should say a couple nice plays. No good drives. And it doesn't matter if the defense shows up and just holds Monroe to a goose egg in these next two quarters. This offense has to produce, or so long and thanks for all the fish. Just call it night.
Yeah, so Bedford's definitely got to make some adjustments on the defensive side of the ball, too, because really what's killing Bedford on the defensive side of the ball is first down. If the Mules could figure out a way to keep Monroe behind the chains on first and second down, they'd be in this thing. The only time the Trojans, unfortunately, have been able to be behind the chains on first and second down is when Monroe shoots himself in the foot with a penalty.
Yeah, a couple other times they put some great pressure on the quarterback, making him throw away the ball, making him throw some bad passes. But again, I still come to the offense. The defense has had some great stops, doing some great things, but really the Mules have only had a couple first downs, and it doesn't matter if the Monroe Trojans were only up by just the safety. If they don't get something going offensively, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, so Bedford gave up the opening drive of the night for Monroe. Monroe was able to go put 7 points on the board. Then the Bedford defense had a couple of nice drives back-to-back and were able to get the Trojans off the field. But then Bedford shot themselves in the foot and snapped the ball over the punter's head and out of the back of the end zone for a safety. It was 9-0. Then Bedford gave Monroe a short field again, and the other story of the game is Monroe's had a short field all night long.
Yeah, and, it's basically teeing them up for success. When you give a team a short field, that really makes it hard for the defense. Special teams matters. We've seen that not only in the safety, but in other aspects of this game, such as the last kickoff the Mules got where they burned a couple seconds off the clock. And I would say that just kind of leads into another side of this. The Mule offense, some of their play execution has been very poor. It looks like miscommunication's happening out there, just not drawing up the right play given the situation. This has been a very peculiar football game to sit through.
Yeah, Bedford has definitely not looked sharp tonight, and certainly not looking like a team that is 4 games into the season. Looks a lot like a Week 1 game.
Yeah.
Really on both sides of the ball tonight for both teams, with a lot of penalties and a lot of uncharacteristic errors out there for both teams. A lot of holding calls, a lot of blocks in the back. Just a lot of stuff that you wouldn't expect to see at this point in the season. So again, really interesting to see what kind of fire Bedford comes out with here in the third quarter, because if they're going to wrestle the momentum back, they're going to have to do it quickly.
Yeah, and those penalties have been a key storyline in this game here. Had Monroe not had some just really surprising penalties, for lack of a better word.
It could be ugly already.
It would be a lot worse than 15-0.
So Bedford's going to have to try to regroup here. They're talking about it over here behind us in the southwest corner of the stadium, as Monroe's on the other side trying to figure out how they're going to keep this lead. Folks, we'll be back in 3 minutes with the second half of tonight's football game. You're listening to Bedford Varsity Football on the home of the Bedford Kicking Mules.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Touchdown, Trojans.
Wait a second.
Do you know who I am?
Julia. I just wanted to talk to you about what happened with those two girls in 8th grade.
Oh, yeah?
That one day at PE when they were like yelling at me and then you just linked arms with me. I don't think you know how much like that helped me because like I finally like knew that I had somebody.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Friends in 300 countries.
Здравствуйте. Как дела?
And gets postcards from the most remote places on Earth.
You run into a ham down.
He can contact satellites using a code hanger, send email without the internet, and knows cell phones are not reliable.
We're sorry. All lines are busy.
He's a radio ham. Learn how at helloradio.org. ARRL, the National Association for Amateur Radio.
You're home before sunrise. On top of the house, the kids, and our future. The smell of your cooking is our alarm clock. My Shiro's day is never done. So let's start saving a little more now so we can feel prepared for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give us the personalized tips we need so we can live our lives to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
And welcome back to Groganstown Field at Bedford Community Stadium. It is halftime, and the Mules are getting ready to come back out and try to fight their way back into this Monroe County rivalry game tonight as the hated Trojans from up Telegraph Road lead this one by a score of 15-0 here at the halftime period. Dan Roth, Joe Kuchar, and Dustin Cross here with you tonight, and we certainly do appreciate us making us a part of your Friday evening. I want to wish my little boy a very happy birthday. He's going to be 1 on Monday, and we're going to have a party on Sunday afternoon, and I don't know, maybe we're crazy, but we're going to let him eat some cake.
Time flies, I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's, I don't know how, he must look like his mom, because he's a lot better looking than me.
I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. That's okay. That's all right. He's definitely got a better personality than his dad too. But so happy birthday to Grayson. So I know he can't hear me, but happy birthday, bud. And we are excited to be with you here this evening. And it is really great to be with you. And just thankful to Bedford Public Schools for inviting us to come out of retirement this year to bring you these games, at least the home games on Friday nights. We'll be back with you next Friday night as we wrap up the regular season. Hard to believe we're already to the end, but only a 6-game season. So the Mules taking on the Woodhaven Warriors here at Bedford Community Stadium next Friday night before they head into the playoffs. Everybody in the state made the playoffs this year because of the 6-game regular season. But I'd love to see Bedford try to start getting some momentum towards the postseason, and they could do a good job of that by wrangling this win out of here tonight.
Yeah, and, as you said, 6-game season, it's been weird, but we're kind of getting back to normal here. The student section, apparently it's Aloha night. They always kind of find some sort of theme to do for the evening. They've just got that energy that we've been missing for so long, and, got a crowd here. We're hearing them. We're hearing, people calling out the refs. We're hearing, people.
I bet we got 20% of the stadium capacity here tonight. I don't know.
Give or take.
I don't know what the rule is. I don't know what the official number that's allowed is, but they did announce a couple of days ago that the game was sold out, so there were no more tickets available for purchase at the gate. Dan said he ran into someone from up north here trying to get into the stadium tonight, and they were denied admittance into Bedford Community Stadium.
Yeah, that's, again, we go back to how this is often a well-attended game. Had he been coming from, say, I don't know, let's say that we were playing somebody around Detroit area, be a little bit more ticked. Couldn't get in after making an hour drive. So I guess that person probably just turned around, went back up Telegraph, and back up that town up north.
Well, it is time to kick off the third quarter. And as we do that, Bedford going to kick the ball back to Monroe as Deegan Garcia comes on to kick the ball for the Bedford Kicking Mules, number 42. And Bedford will be kicking from left to right towards the east end zone. The Trojans will be moving from right to left across the screen here as they head towards the west end zone of Groganstown Field and Bedford Community Stadium here in the second half. Back deep for Monroe, number 3, Raymond Anderson, the 5'8" senior wide receiver. Big series upcoming here for Bedford. Can the Mules hold on and get the Trojans off the field here to start the third quarter? Anderson going to field it at about his own 7-yard line. He'll get out across the 10, out across the 20, and out across the 25. Drop short of the 30-yard line at about the 27, maybe 26. And that's where Monroe will take over first and 10. 11:54 to play here in quarter number 3. Trojans 15, Mules nothing. Jacob Blosser leads the Monroe offense on the field here on first down and 10. They did spot it at the 27-yard line. Monroe, white helmets, white jerseys, black pants. Bedford, red helmets, red jerseys, white pants tonight for those of you listening, not able to watch. Blosser with a running back off his left hip, 2 receivers to the near side. He'll motion one of those receivers across the formation. Same way they started the first half, giving the ball to number 21, Garrett Lewis, and that's been a winning formula for him so far tonight, but he only picked up a yard on first down.
Yeah, watching that Mule defense, they shifted. They were ready for it this time. Kind of, tricked me once, twice, 3 times, 12 times. Shame on you. 13th time, we'll get you.
The stat with a tackle for the Mules. Call it second down and 9 from the 28. 11:25 to play, third quarter. Monroe 15, Bedford nothing. Blosser with a running back off his right hip, 3 receivers up top, 1 to the near side. He'll bring a man in motion now. Going to run the same play back the other way to number 5, Davian Billingsley, who tries to hurdle a Mule, going to have first down yardage out to about the 40-yard line as he ran it around the right end there. And certainly fortunate to get him down, but not before he picked up big yardage, and DeStat gets the tackle again, but it's first down and 10 Monroe at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, that hurdle move was ill-advised. Risked an injury there. The player wasn't very low. I don't know what he was thinking.
That's one of those moments where you hope you're wearing a cup, I guess.
Or that you don't land wrong.
11:06 to play here in the third quarter. They'll take that run, the same exact play back the other way here again, and that is going to be number 14, Ashton Elmer, going to be brought down to about the 50-yard line, and he was wrangled out of bounds by number 5, by Scoville, number 28 for the Mules. Again, I apologize. Lots of things working against me here. Number 1, these jerseys are tough to read. Number 2, we don't have a spotter. And number 3, I'm wearing a mask and glasses that keep fogging up. So it's just like 3 strikes, you're out here tonight. So 10:31 to play, third quarter, 15-0 Monroe. Ball at midfield. We'll call it second down and 2.
It's football, Dustin. There are no strikes.
Yeah, that's true. 2 receivers up top, 1 to the near side. Low step, they'll give it off inside. And that is a first down into Bedford territory. Carson DiSerrano is going to be brought down at the 47 of Bedford. First and 10 for the Trojans. 10:08 to play here in the third quarter. And it is first and 10 Monroe in Bedford territory at the 47-yard line as we roll under 10 minutes here in the third quarter. Two receivers up top, one to the near side, two backs in the backfield with Jacob Blosser on first down and 10. Running back off his right hip. Now he's going to bring Lewis across the formation. He drops straight back to pass. Pass in the air. That is going to be incomplete for Billingsley. Scoble did a great job of getting a hand in there and breaking that up. And that could have been another big reception had Kyle Scoble not made the play.
Yeah, Javian Billingsley had the reception there, but then you had Scoble just get in there, break it up before he could really come down with it. Excellent coverage.
So second down and 10 from the 47 of Bedford after the incomplete pass. 9:35 to play here in the third quarter. Monroe 15, Bedford nothing. Two receivers to the near side, two up top. Empty backfield for Jacob Blosser on second down. Now he'll bring one of those receivers across the formation. And again, the Bedford just has had no answer for that play tonight. That was number 6, Carson DiSerrano. And he gets big yardage again. He's going to be short. Drew Grupp the tackle for the Mules, but that was a gain of, 6 yards? We'll call this third down and 4 from the 40-yard line with 9:12 to play here in the third quarter. So this is 4-down territory certainly for Monroe unless Bedford's able to get him in the backfield here. Lewis comes across the formation. They're going to hand it to Lewis. Lewis going to be tripped up and dropped short, I believe, of the first down at the 38 maybe. He's a yard short, but certainly this is what we talked about, the situation where they're almost certainly going to go for this as Gabe Johnson gets a big tackle for the Mules. Nice open field tackle there.
Yeah, great defense, and it seems to be that the Mules are making a little shift here because Monroe is going out to the sides quite a bit on a handoff play. A little bit better prepared for that, but again, they can't be caught sleeping because they've also done the runs up the middle.
The big offensive line for Monroe has done a really good job tonight as Blosser takes this snap on fourth down, going to keep it himself. And I don't know this time, guys, if he got it or not. It's going to be very, very close. And it depends on the spot, because where the one official standing, he's short. Let's check this. It's going to be really, really close. As a herd of Mules come in on this tackle, they may measure this one. Nope, they didn't measure it. It's Bedford football, and the Mules hold on fourth down. Turn over on downs to Bedford, and that was a beautiful fourth down stop by a herd of Mules on the interior of that defensive line.
Yeah, it's one of those times. They needed the stop, and they got it. So great job by that Mule defense. They saw that it was going to be a quarterback keeper coming up the middle, and they just brought the house, shut down the gap, and got the stop.
Brady Henderson still in at quarterback for the Mules. He'll bring the team to the line of scrimmage on 1st and 10 from the 37. Take the snap, going to pitch it over to Caden Foster. Ball comes out, and I think Bedford might have fallen back on that.
Yep, that was Randy Bozell picking that up there. Lost football. Luckily on the play. Luckily in the right place. You'd rather lose 3 than the football there, though.
I had to adjust my mask there. It is second down, and they call that a loss of 4 on the play. So second down and 14 for the Mules after Caden Foster coughed it up and Boiselle bailed him out. But second and long again for the Mules. 7:30 to play here in the third quarter. Henderson goes under center for the Mules. He'll take the snap. He drops the pass. Pass incomplete to Foster. Hit him right in the hands. And that's the second time you've seen that happen tonight. Bedford just can't haul those in, and it's 3rd and 14.
Yeah, and a lot of these pass plays that the Mules are dropping here, it's not like it was way outside of the receiver's reach. Like they had to stretch for it. That was right in the breadbasket. Yeah, should have been.
Yeah, he had some room to work there too if he had been able to haul that one in. So it's 3rd down and 14 from the Bedford 34. Mule offense hasn't been able to get much of anything going so far tonight. Let's see if they can start flipping the script here. Henderson goes under center on 3rd and long. Takes the snap. Going to fake the handoff inside. Going to pitch the triple option outside to Caden Foster. He's going to have first down yardage, I believe. Caden Foster with a tough run, going to bring the ball all the way up to the 49-yard line, caught a gain of 15 yards, moved the chains for a Bedford first down, and Caden Foster was looking like a man on a mission there.
Yeah, he knew what he needed to do, and he tried to execute it. Did a great job. That triple option, though, that is not something we've seen the Mules break out for quite a while.
Brady Henderson actually made that play happen, though, because he held on to it just as long as he possibly could, and that's the key to that option. He held on till he couldn't hold on anymore. Henderson goes under center, going to bring a man in motion, takes the snap, going to keep it himself on the option again. He's going to turn towards going to turn north there and actually pick up a decent gain into Monroe territory. He'll be brought down at the 44. Call that again a 6 or 7. Nice gain there by Brady Henderson, who looked like he was going to be stopped in the backfield and just made somebody miss.
Yeah, and, that was another situation. Had the option to pitch the ball. Mules normally don't do that there because it is a bit of a risky play, especially given the hands we've seen in a couple of these passing situations. You don't want to cough it up and have, a missed pitch. But so far, they're using that, and it's working well for them on this drive.
Brendan Hammer, the receiver to the near side of the formation. 2 receivers up top on 2nd down and 3 from the Monroe 44. Henderson takes the snap, gives it off inside to the fullback, to Hullebarger, and Logan hasn't had much room to work tonight. They've keyed on him all night long.
Yeah, they're lining up the linebackers, keep an eye on him to shut down any gaps that he might use. So the defense is prepared for it. The question is, can the Mules find the gap that they've created by forcing the focus on Hullebarger?
It's almost certainly 4-down territory again here for the Mules. It is 3rd down and 3 from the Monroe 44-yard line as we roll under 6 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. And Bedford desperately trying to stay on the field here. 2 receivers to the near side. So Brady Henderson, they send Boycell in motion, takes the snap, going to keep it himself, I think, on the option. He's short, folks. He's not going to have that. He's going to gain a yard.
Yeah, he got tripped up there at the line, and that just kind of killed his momentum.
I don't think Bedford's going to – I think the Mules are going to punt.
Yep. Or at least send out the punt team.
4th and 2. And Bedford looks like they send the punt unit on here. Oh, well, they're definitely not lined up to punt.
No. It's kind of personnel change, changing the formation.
It's an interesting formation, and Bedford's going to have the first down and more. This is a big gainer for Logan Hullebarger. 10, 5, touchdown, Bedford Kicking Mules. Touchdown, Logan Hullebarger. From 43 yards out, and the Mules finally hit the scoreboard.
Getting some life in them. That took some really different play calling.
That was definitely an interesting one.
3 backs behind the QB ended up handing it off. I think it was just a case. It just caught them off guard. This is not the Mule offense that we're used to seeing here on this drive. They've changed it up, and it's working out so far for them.
So a big extra point attempt on the way for Deegan Garcia. Henderson to hold. And they're going to jump offside. And this is an interesting decision for John Phillips now. He might send him out to go for 2. Yep, that's exactly what he's going to do. Going to send the offense out there as Monroe jumps off sides, and now the Mules look like they may try to go for 2 here from the 1.5-yard line, and certainly this would bring it back to a 7-point game if they're able to get it, and then that must extra point for Monroe would start looming large.
Yeah, and you talk about jumping offside. They literally hurdled the line. I couldn't believe how egregious that penalty was.
So Henderson going to reach under center here to go for 2. Same formation that just worked on the touchdown play. Going to give it off inside, and I don't think he got it. Nope, not going to get there, folks. The 2-point conversion attempt is no good. With 5:05 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, your score, Monroe 15, Bedford 6. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Bedford Varsity Football on the home of the Mules.
You quit smoking and thought, that's that. But here's the thing about lung cancer. By the time you see the symptoms, it could be too late. But now, there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early, when it's more curable. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Si los amas como para reaprender ecuaciones, para poder enseñárselas, entonces los amas como para visitar nhtsa.gov/protegidos y comprobar que van correctamente abrochados en el asiento trasero del auto.
Well, the Mule offense finally gets on the scoreboard, and now they'll kick it back to Monroe. And the Trojans do this little meeting in the backfield as they try to return the kickoff, and they do get it out across the 20-yard line, and I think that's where they're run out of bounds. Since they did the little gathering in the backfield, I couldn't tell you who returned it, but it is first down and 10 for Monroe at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, a little meeting of the minds on the return. It burns up some clock, though. That's the downside of making that play. They're just hoping to make up for it on the confusion of who has the ball. It's kind of a shell game. Didn't really pan out for them.
So, unfortunately, Bedford unable to convert on the two-point conversion attempt. So we're still down 2 scores here. It's 15 to 6. Down by 9 points with 4:59 remaining here in quarter number 3. The Mules need to score again. There's going to be a big special penalty against Monroe. I didn't see the flag come out, but that's going to be a personal foul against the Trojans, and that's going to back them up. And
on their 5?
Yeah, they're gonna be way backed up deep here, and that may be a half the distance penalty there, Dan. They're going to give them the ball at the 10-yard line. First and 10 for Monroe at their own 10. Can Bedford's defense put a foot in the ground and make them pay here? It'd be great if the Mule O could get back out there with some momentum. Blosser takes the snap, going to give it off inside. Big run inside, and again on first down, that Bedford defensive line just not able to get Monroe down. Ball carrier there, number 24, Tayshawn Nichols, gains 8 yards, makes it 2nd and 2 from the 18 with 4:38 to go in quarter number 3. Hammer gets the tackle for the Mules. 2nd down and 2. Again, Bedford needs to come up with another stop here on the defensive side of the ball. Going to take the snap, going to give it off on that same play. Oh, did he keep it himself that time?
Yeah.
He's going to be very close, I think. Nope, they're going to move the chains out to the 21-yard line, and that'll move the sticks for a Monroe first down. 4:11 to play here in quarter number 3. 1st and 10 from the 21 for the Trojans, and they lead Bedford 15 to 6. Very, very interesting still to see the center spot the ball.
You're never going to get over that, are you?
I don't know. I just kind of hope that's not something that stays forever. 1st and 10 for Monroe. 3:48 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Blosser takes the snap. Going to fake the give around the end there and then give it off inside to number 24. Again, that's Tayshawn Nichols. And it'll be a gain of, 2 or 3 yards there?
Yeah, they're giving them about 4.
Wow, 5 yards.
That's generous.
That's a decent spot again, I guess, if you're a Monroe fan. 2nd and 5 from the 26. 3:21 to play here in quarter number 3. Monroe 15, Bedford 6. Blosser with 2 receivers to the near side. One up top. You'll bring the up top receiver across the formation. And again, they just hand it to Billingsley, who gets spun out of bounds short of the 30-yard line. I think number 33 for Bedford is Ty Kirk. And that's who ran him out of bounds there.
Yeah, blocking for Monroe fell apart there, and that's the reason for the smaller gain. Had people been able to hit their targets there, that could have been a first down very easily.
So 2nd down and 2 for the Trojans. Ball at the 29-yard line with 2:37 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Bedford trails 15 to 6. Blosser in the shotgun with a running back off his right hip, 2 receivers up top and 1 to the near side. They're going to send that same old play as Blosser keeps it himself on the fake. He's gone. He's got the angle that nobody's going to catch him, folks. He's got reservations for 6. No flag. 71 yards for Jacob Blosser, and it is now 21-6 with the extra point pending.
And, you know, after that Bedford touchdown, you thought this might be turning around. However, a big play like that really takes the air out of everything Bedford had just worked for.
So Blosser goes 71 yards to the house, and certainly not what Bedford was hoping for on that drive.
Yeah, crowd has kind of died down here. Very, very quiet here on the Bedford side.
21-6 Trojans with the extra point pending, and they're going to line up and go for two. And 2-point conversion attempt is no good, incomplete. There's 2:13 left in the third quarter. Your score, Monroe 21, Bedford 6. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Bedford Varsity Football on the home of the Bedford Kicking Mules.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
145 over 92.
180 over 111. I had a heart attack and a cardiac arrest and then a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
Lowering your high blood pressure could save you from a heart attack or stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
Welcome back to Temperance as Bedford looks to get the ball back here. Roberto Flores to kick the ball to Scoble. Scoble fields it at about the 12. He's out across the 20, out across the 25, and Kyle Scoble spun down. Had a head of steam going there, but he got spun down at about the 22, and that's where Bedford takes over first and 10. Winkleman with the tackle for Monroe. 21-6. Bad guys with 2:07 to go here in the third quarter. I don't mean they're bad guys. I just mean we don't like them.
You say against the good guys.
Yeah.
Then you just let them play.
TTUN for all of you Ohio State fans out there, I guess, right?
Where things are looking bad for our heroes. That's another way to put it.
First and 10 for the Mules. Actually, this ball spotted at the 27-yard line. Henderson takes the snap, gives it off inside to Hullebarger, who gets out across the 30. Going to pick up about 3 yards on the play. 1:57 to go here in the third quarter. 21-6 Monroe. Bedford not out of this yet. The Mules need to score here, and then they need to play some defense. Let's see if the offensive momentum can stay rolling from that last drive. Second down and 6. They'll put the ball at the 31. So actually, Logan got a pretty good spot there. 1:35 to play as Henderson comes under center on second down and 6. Brings a man in motion. That's Foster. Takes the snap, hands it off inside to Hullebarger. Going to be out across the 35 to about the 36, maybe the 37, and they're going to move the chains for Bedford's first down to Logan Hullebarger.
Bedford kind of going back to their bread and butter, and now it's actually kind of clicking for them. They've opened up the playbook, which really does force a defense to not focus on one type of play. And that's why they're able to do this sort of thing.
So first and 10 for the Mules at the 37-yard line of Bedford. 1:05 to play here in the third quarter. Monroe leads 21-6. Two receivers to the near side of the formation for Brady Henderson on first down and 10. They'll send Wassell in motion. They pitch to Wassell, who looks for the corner. Randy Wassell, nice run out across the 40, 45, 50, 45, and he'll be spun down in Monroe territory at the 44 of Monroe. A nice run for Wassell, and that is going to be first down for the Mules.
Great speed, too. I mean, if that guy's not running the 100-meter dash in the spring, he needs to. That was very excellent speed.
41 seconds to play. The clock rolls here. First and 10 for the Mules at the Monroe 43.
I may not coach track for Bedford anymore, but I'm still recruiting.
Two receivers to the near side of the formation for Brady Henderson. 25 seconds to play. This could be the final play of the third quarter. Going to take the snap, going to give it off inside to Hollenbarger. Not much going there. He got to the 41 maybe, called a game at 2. And I think that's it. I don't think they'll get another play off here before we reach the end of the third quarter. Folks, we've played 36 minutes in Temperance at the end of the third quarter. Your score, Monroe 21, Bedford 6. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Bedford Varsity Football on the home of the Bedford Kicking Mules.
Sometimes we can do things that exclude others.
You're still talking to your friend? It's complicated.
I think he went back in. We gotta go get him.
Welcome to Jumanji!
Even the smallest words and actions can have a big effect on someone. You have the skills. Because of you, someone's entire day, their year, or their life can change.
Remember, the future is in your hands.
Visit becauseofyou.org to learn more.
Totally, let's do it.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to Temperance. We've got 12 minutes on the fourth quarter game clock, and the Mules have the football 2nd and 8 from the Monroe 41 as we start the last quarter. Henderson releases under center. Hard count. Takes the snap. Keeps it himself. Brady Henderson breaks free. He's at the 30. He's at the 25. No, just short of the 25-yard line. I think they got him down to about the 27, and that's where Bedford's going to have to take their next snap. A nice play there, and a good gainer for Brady Henderson gives the Mules another set of downs.
Yep, first down, so Mule momentum is in the house right now. They can keep it up, get a stop or two, keep this going on their next drive. This is still a ball game.
Yeah, Bedford not out of this yet. The Mules need to score here, and then they need to get a defensive stop. But, folks, stay with us because you never know how the fourth quarter might go between these two. Two receivers to the near side for Brady Henderson on 1st and 10 from the Monroe 27. Takes the snap, gives it off inside to Hollenbarger. Nice gainer there on first down. Call it a gain of 5 or 6 as he gets down to about the 22-yard line. And decent game, call it a gain of 6 there. And Thomas gets the tackle for the Trojans, but it's second down and 4 for the Mules. 11:03 to play, 21-6 Trojans with the lead, but the Mules driving. Drew Grupp, the receiver to the near side for the Mules here on second down. Brings a man in motion, takes the snap, in a pitch. Toss out here across the 20-yard line to Boissel, who gets down to about the 19, and he's going to pick up 3. It's going to be 3rd and a couple. And it's going to be 3rd and 2 maybe here as he gets down inside the 20-yard line. So certainly 4-down territory for the Mules.
Definitely in this situation, given where they are and the time on the clock and the situation with the score, and just great blocking on that play. That's what made that work out. Blockers don't get enough credit. They don't show up on the stat sheets, but they are instrumental.
So 3rd and a couple here from the 19-yard line as Grupp goes to the top side of the formation at receiver for Brady Henderson on 3rd down. He takes the snap. Going to keep it himself on the option. Brady Henderson gets a nice block at the 10. He's down at about the 5 before he's knocked out of bounds, where it'll be 1st and goal for the Mules. The tackle for Monroe there, number 17, Tristan Penza. And he laid the lumber there, but it's 1st and goal for the Bedford.
Had a great hurdle by Henderson.
And there's an injured Mule here. Sorry.
Yeah, there is. A great hurdle by Henderson over DeSerrano. Really just adding those extra yards there, getting this well into Trojan territory.
I think this is Brady Henderson.
It may be. I didn't want to say a name until I knew for sure.
It is. It's Brady Henderson. You got Luke Carver out there taking a couple of snaps. Brendan Hammer out there taking a couple of snaps, and looks like Hammer's going to be in at quarterback on this next play.
Yeah, and for those wondering, when a player goes down injured and causes a stop in play,
he's got to come off.
Come up for one play. So it's kind of a good rule. That way you don't burn a timeout for an injury. That's not really your fault.
This is not it looks like this is just cramps the way they're treating it.
Yep.
They're just putting some pressure on his leg there.
And just, this is the nature of the season. It's getting colder out there. Temperatures are dropping. Cramps are a lot easier. You need to make sure you're staying warm out there on the field so these sorts of things don't happen. But even if you do, sometimes they still happen.
So 1st and goal for the Mules from the 5 of Monroe. Going to come on to take the snap here at quarterback, though. Brendan Hammer, number 7, the junior quarterback, going to come on now in relief of Brady Henderson. And Brady's still being treated by the training staff here on the near sideline as he looks like he was just cramping up there, and he's going to be brought to his feet here. And he's still got a little hitch in his giddy up as he comes over to the bench, but certainly nice to see him up and walking.
What would we do without your Southern phrases?
So 1st and goal for the Bedford Kicking Mules at the Monroe 5-yard line. 9:58 to play as Brendan Hammer gets ready to take this next offensive snap for Bedford. Hammer reaches under center, sends a man in motion, takes the snap, gives it off inside to Hollebarger, and Logan going to be brought down at about the 1-yard line. The Monroe defense signals like the ball came out, and the officials have made no indication of that yet.
Now they
are. So there's a turnover, and Monroe's going to take over here inside their own 5-yard line as Logan Hollebarger coughed it up. So a disastrous turn of events with Henderson having to come off, and Hollebarger not able to hold on to that last one. And now Monroe gets the ball at their own 1-yard line. I think Logan tried to reach the ball out towards the end zone, and it came out.
Yeah, in that situation, just keep the ball in your possession. Great field position.
It's only first down.
Only first down. No need to risk anything, but here we are.
So 9:52 to play. Monroe leads at 21-6, and they'll now have the ball at their own 1-yard line. As Bedford coughs it up going into the end zone, they had a nice drive going there. Can Bedford's defense hold? They'll hand it off inside to number 6, DiSerrano, who gets out to about the 6. We'll call that a gain of 5 on first down. I think here, he's actually going to be brought down right at the 5. It's called a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. 9:28 to play. The Mules trail by 15. It's 21-6. Blocker in the shotgun with a running back off his left hip. 2 receivers up top, 1 to the near side. They take the snap. They're going to run that fly sweep action again. And I think they're going to be out across the needed yard to gain, and that's the first down.
9:04 on the clock. This is starting to get a little bit scary for Bedford. They need to find a way to stop this drive. It doesn't matter really too much if Monroe gets down the field and just comes up short if they burn a lot of clock.
Absolutely, because Bedford needs, time to have the ball twice here. So certainly you got to think time is of the essence if you are Bedford's defense to try to get this Monroe offense off the field. 8:39 to play, 21-6 Monroe, 1st and 10 from the 12 for the Trojans. Same play all night long. That was like a block in the back that didn't get called, but they are going to have big yardage for Monroe for number 5 there. That is Davian Billingsley, and he got pushed out of bounds at the 41, and I think they missed a block in the back there.
Yeah, it could have been, but all the flags in this game, they're bound to miss one.
Yeah, I think they very clearly they missed a holding call. But it is 1st and 10 from the 41 of Bedford. So this drive started all the way back at the 1-yard line, and this is not going the way Bedford's defense had hoped. 8:25 to go. Blosser takes the snap, gonna handle. Now the ball comes out, and who's got it? I think he felt Blosser was able to fall back on that, and that was a real opportunity for Bedford to jump back on that, but unfortunately they weren't able to do it. It'll be second down and long after the loss. 8:06 to go. Clock rolls under 8 minutes as we get ready to take this next snap. It'll be 2nd and 14 for the Trojans from their own 37-yard line. 21-6 Monroe, your score. Bedford's defense desperately needs a stop. 3 timeouts for both teams here. Blosser brings a man in motion across the formation, takes the snap, going to keep it himself, and he breaks free again. Blosser at the 50, at the 40, brought down inside the 35, at the 32, maybe the 31 of Bedford. So another huge gainer for Jacob Blosser. And unfortunately, Dan, I don't think this one's going to go our way tonight.
It would take quite the turn of events for this to end up being in favor of the Mules here. Really, Monroe just driving down the field right now at will.
So 1st and 10 for Monroe at the 31 of Bedford. 7:33 to go, 21-6 Monroe, your score. But the Trojans have now driven all the way to the Bedford 31. And this drive started all the way back at the 1-yard line. 2 receivers up top. One to the near side that comes in motion across the formation. And guess what? Same old play that Bedford just cannot stop. And he'll be spun out of bounds on the far sideline. That's Billingsley, who gets another 7 or 8 yards. Or I know they only gave him a gain of 5 or 6 there. So this will be 2nd down and 4 at the 25-yard line. 7:25 to go. 21-6 Monroe, your score.
And with the frequency Monroe's been running that sort of play, you have to imagine it came up on game film.
Absolutely. They've run the same play all night long. It reminds me of a South Carolina game I was at once in Lexington, Kentucky, where Kentucky just ran the Wildcat. They ran it 17 times in a row, and South Carolina couldn't stop it. So they did stop that one. It's 3rd down, and the stat gets the tackle for the Mules. 7:05 to play here in the ball game. 21-6 Monroe, your score. Trojans with the ball, 3rd and 3 from the 24. 2 receivers come to the top side of the formation for Jacob Blosser. One to the near side, a running back off his right hip on 3rd and 3 from the Bedford 24. 6:44 to play. Same old play again, and this time he cuts it back the other way. Nice play there for number 14, Ashton Elmer, and that'll be a 1st down. And Bedford had that one stopped, but he just cut it back the other way and picked up the 1st down yardage.
Yeah, this is starting to get a situation, again, really crazy sequence of events would be required for Bedford to win this one at this point. 6:16 on the clock, 21-6 in favor of Monroe.
Connor Becker with that last tackle for Bedford. It is 1st and 10 from the 19 of the Mules. Again, this drive started all the way back at the 1-yard line as Bedford looked like they were driving to make this a 1-score game, coughed it up at the goal line, and the Trojans now driving to put this game away. Blosser takes the snap, hands it off inside. That's number 17, Tristan Penza, who's going to gain 2 or 3 there. And there's a little mob that was a little slow getting up there, but it looks like they were just laying on top of each other and they couldn't get untangled. 5:30 to go in the ball game. 21-6 Monroe. Trojans with the football. 2nd and 8 at the Bedford 17. One receiver to the near side, 2 up top, a running back off the left hip of Jacob Blosser, who's using all of his play clock, and why not? They'll bring a man in motion. They're going to take the snap. Same play again, and he breaks free, and that's a touchdown. Oh, yeah. Yep, they do. They marked the touchdown for Davian Billingsley. And I think that one's pretty much going to wrap it up, folks. I think the Golden Cleat is heading back to Monroe.
Yeah, this has just been a game that's had all sorts of weird events taking place. Penalties that were just kind of awkward. Mules offense having a hard time getting anything going, nothing going.
And they finally did, and then, Henderson gets hurt, and Hullebarger coughs it up at the 1 yard line, and certainly we were just a yard from this being a very different football game, but that's how one play can change things. The Trojans drive the ball 99 yards to take the 28-6 lead, and it is pretty much all over. But 4:52 remains here in the fourth quarter, and your score, Monroe 28, Bedford 6. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Bedford Varsity Football on the home of the Kicking Mules.
Friends in 300 countries.
Здравствуйте. Как дела?
And gets postcards from the most remote places on Earth.
You run into a ham down.
He can contact satellites using a code hanger, send email without the internet, and knows cell phones are not reliable.
We're sorry. All lines are busy.
He's a radio ham. Learn how at helloradio.org. ARRL, the National Association for Amateur Radio.
So a short kickoff fielded by Carter, and Bedford's going to have decent field position here out across the 40-yard line. 4:46 to play. Bedford trails 28-6. And Brendan Hammer going to stay in the game at quarterback for the Mules. Like Henderson tonight is over.
Yeah, at this point, then maybe just kind of keeping them healthy. Don't want to risk a more serious injury. Because, again, this situation, it would be tough for the Mules to come back.
Well, and Hammer may be your quarterback next year anyway, so get him some opportunity. Now, here we go. This is going to be a big run for Bedford, and that was that Hullebarger?
I believe so.
And he's going to be brought down at the 34 of Monroe, and he was running like somebody stole his lunch money there, and he was running angry, probably still a little ticked off about that fumble at the goal line. But the Mules get the ball first and 10 at the Monroe 34 with 4:28 to play.
Goonies never die, I guess.
Bedford quickly to the line of scrimmage here as Hammer goes under center on first down and 10. Brings a man in motion. They're going to pitch it. This is Blassell. He's going to be dropped short of the 34. We're going to get about a yard. We're going to get back to the line of scrimmage there, and that's about all on the toss sweep there. And it'll be second down and 10 for the Mules. 3:58 to play, 28-6 Monroe. Your score. And Bedford's got the football at the Monroe 34. Can they get into the end zone here? Hammer goes under center on second down. Second and 10 for the Mules. Bedford taking their time here. As Hammer surveys the line of scrimmage. Brings a man in motion, takes the snap. Going to give it off inside. And Hullebarger getting down to about the 32. And it's going to be third down and 8.
Yeah, it was met in a little bit behind the line of scrimmage. It just kept those legs turning, ended up getting to 3:15 on the clock, and it is rolling here.
Yeah, no, not much of a sense of urgency.
Yeah, this may be a situation where it's all academic.
Sure.
Just get the reps in, just trying out some things.
Yeah, trying to get another score on the board. Trying to get some experience for your offense. No doubt about it. Two receivers to the top side for Hammer, who pulled the snap, I think, there. And I think maybe he got a yard out of that. It's going to be fourth down and 7. And I don't know if he fumbled the snap or what the deal was there, but that looked discombobulated from the very beginning.
Yeah, I think it was kind of an intended keeper there for Hammer, and he just kind of fell forward in a very awkward manner.
So 4th down and 7 from the 32. 2:27 to play. Monroe leads 28-6. 2:18 to go. The Mules with a 4th down and 7 from the Monroe 32. 2 receivers up top, 1 to the near side for Brendan Hammer on 4th down. Hammer barks the cadence, takes the snap, drops the pass. Going to hold on to it and going to be sacked. And he held on to it too long there, and that'll be a turnover on downs. And with 2 minutes left here, Monroe's going to take over on downs, and Bedford had a decent drive going again there and just unable to capitalize.
Yeah, had that big play from Hullbarger to really give them great positioning on the field, and then just kind of fell apart there, and just a couple plays did not pan out. Hammer there held on too long, didn't have a chance to throw to anyone, ended up getting sacked, and now the ball's going the other way.
Monroe going to move to 4-1, and they're going to lock up second place in the SEC Red. Bedford going to fall to 3-2 with 1 game remaining here in your regular season as the Woodhaven Warriors get ready to come to Temperance next Friday night. We will be on the call again for that game, and we hope you will take the opportunity to join us next Friday evening. We'll have pregame coverage starting at 6:45 and kickoff at 7 o'clock between Monroe and Woodhaven. I don't think Blosser was ready for that snap, and he got it. Stoll brought him down. He gained a yard there on something that really was probably should have been stopped in the backfield. I'm actually surprised that Blosser caught that.
Yeah, kind of a busted play there, but man, to salvage a little bit something out of it.
1:35 to go. 28-6 Monroe, your score, and the Mules. They're going to look back at this one, and they're probably going to be frustrated when they roll the tape on this game, Dan, because really the Mules had some opportunities to keep this a game, and just a lot of mistakes tonight.
Mm-hmm.
There's a high snap that Blosser is going to field and now try to run the other way, and he's going to be met and dropped in the backfield. So 2 bad snaps in a row, and the number 30, Connor Becker, gets the tackle for the Mules. This will be 3rd and long as we roll under a minute here in the ball game, and 3rd down and 20.
Close enough for government work.
45 seconds to play here in your football game. Nobody looks like they're in a hurry to stop the clock here, and I think Monroe may have to snap this one more time, and we will call it a day. And Monroe will take that cleat back up Telegraph Road with them for a year, and hopefully the Mules can go back up there and get it back from them next fall. And that's a victory formation snap, and Monroe's going to win this football game, folks. We played 48 minutes in Temperance, Michigan, and at the end of tonight's game, your score, Monroe 28, Bedford 6. We'll be back in 4 minutes with tonight's post-game show. You're listening to Bedford Varsity Football on the home of the Bedford Kicking Mules.
Hey, Kevin, you thinking about retirement?
I'd love to, but I'm pretty busy with all this.
Yeah. Hey, let's meet our retirement coach, Avo. A is for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
And you dance?
Sort of. Come on. O is for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Nice.
Thanks.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
$150 over $90.
$180 over $111.
$160 over $110.
I had a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Lowering them could save you from having a stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like they can do it too, I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
When I never graduated from high school, I realized I wanted to go back to school because I didn't want to work these back-breaking jobs the rest of my life. With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed to come back to school. I felt accomplished, made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome to the Bedford Varsity Football Postgame Show presented by Kicking Mule Productions and the Studer Select team of Danbury Realtors. Let's head out to the press box for a recap of tonight's game.
Welcome back to Temperance, Michigan. Tough night for the Bedford Kicking Mules tonight. We dropped this one by a final score of 28-6. And really, I don't even really know how to describe this one. I think the word that comes to mind is frustrating.
Yes.
Because Bedford had some things going on, had a couple of opportunities to make this a game. Just a lot of mistakes on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively for the Mules tonight. Really just, I guess the keys for me would be the inability to stop the one play Monroe ran consistently all night long, that fly sweep around the end. Just unable to stop it. And certainly when you're giving up 7, 8, 9 yards on first down, it's going to be a tough night for you defensively. And certainly I think that was part of it. Bedford's offense looks like they made some adjustments that worked at halftime. Certainly were able to move the ball and get more yardage in the second half than they were in the first, but unable to capitalize more than once. And certainly the fumble at the 1 yard line is a mistake that we're gonna think about as they watch the film on this. But you can't really look at this game and say Monroe is that much more talented than Bedford. It just wasn't Bedford's night.
No, there were some things that I started kind of questioning as the game went on. Basically, Monroe, the way they started off pretty much every offensive play, they'd send a receiver in motion, and as soon as he got to the quarterback, that's when it would be snapped. that is a prime opportunity to be able to time the snap and jump it. Yeah. I did not see that at all from the Mules defense. I thought that was a major missed opportunity. Some of the plays that Bedford ran the first half clearly were not functioning. Monroe was ready for them. They had to kind of go into the playbook a little deeper in the second half to make things happen. But it was too little, too late, and we had the score that we had at the end.
So, certainly want to say we hope Brady Henderson is okay. We hope that injury is nothing serious there, as he did not come back into the game after he got knocked out of bounds there. To give Bedford first and goal with the opportunity to bring it back to a one-score game kind of halfway through the fourth quarter there. But, you cough it up at the 1-yard line. Monroe goes 99 yards the other way to put it on ice. And the golden cleat going back to Monroe for the next year.
It's only till next year.
That's true. We have one more home game here, so we hope you will take the time to join us next Friday night as Bedford hosts the Woodhaven Warriors to close out the 2020 regular season. Again, Mules will be making a postseason appearance. Every team in the state qualified for the playoffs this year, and we will see who we get paired with as we get ready to head into week number 6 here, as Bedford falls to 3-2 with the 28-6 loss to Monroe here tonight at Bedford Community Stadium. A great night to have the cheerleaders, the band, the students, more fans in the stands, and certainly want to thank all of you for being a part of tonight's game as well. Final thoughts, Dan Roth?
Take this one, watch the film, get ready for next week.
And we will close that out tonight. Want to thank Bedford Public Schools, Mark Garman, the athletic department here at Bedford, for allowing us to broadcast. We want to thank our executive producer, Joe Kuchar, for all of his hard work and support in making us sound as good as we sound, I guess as good as we possibly can for a couple of faces for radio. For Dan Roth, my name is Dustin Kress. We will see you next Friday night at 6:45. You've been listening to Bedford Varsity Football on the home of the Kicking Mules. Have a great night, everybody.
Bedford Varsity Football is a production of Kicking Mule Productions and is solely responsible for its content. No portion of tonight's game may be rebroadcast without the prior written consent of Kicking Mule Productions and Bedford Public Schools. Announcers for tonight's game were chosen in conjunction with Bedford Public Schools, and portions of this program have been pre-recorded. Speaking for Dustin Kress and everyone involved in tonight's broadcast, this is executive producer Joe Kuchar inviting you to check out our website, kickingmule.live, for our latest broadcast schedule. This is Bedford Varsity Football, presented by Kicking Mule Productions and the Studio Select team of Danbury Realtors.